They're not shouting it on CNBC, and you definitely won't see it splashed across the front page of the Wall Street Journal. But something big is happening, quietly, behind the scenes. In boardrooms, on factory floors, far from the spotlight, some of America's most legendary companies are packing up and heading north. Yes, to Canada. Why? Is it the tariffs? Changing economic policies? Or is there something even deeper driving this quiet migration, something no one's really talking about? Well, that changes now. Because in this video, you're going to hear the names that help build the backbone of American industry. But here's the surprising part. They're no longer building here. They're building there. And we're kicking things off with one that might just tug at your nostalgic heartstrings. Ready? Let's dive in.
Number 1.
ALU. America's aluminum lifeline is being quietly rerouted. You probably don't think much about aluminum in your daily life, but trust me, it's everywhere. It's in your car, your kitchen, the skyline of every major city, even that soda can in your hand. And the company behind a massive chunk of it, ALU, or formerly behind it, at least here in the US. In 2025, ALU is pulling off what might just be the quietest industrial exit in American history. No press conference, no headlines, just a slow fade. Why? Soaring energy prices, stacked up aluminum tariffs. Staying in the US simply stopped making sense. So, what did Aikawa, ALU's parent company, do? They didn't make a fuss, they just shifted. US smelters slowed to a near standstill, while over in Quebec, the lights flipped on. Literally. Aikawa locked in long-term hydroelectric power deals that stretch all the way to 2040. We're talking multi-billion-dollar contracts, bigger than some cities' entire budgets. This isn't a temporary move, this is putting down roots. What used to be proudly stamped "Made in the USA" is now increasingly coming out of Quebec. Truckers in Kentucky? They're getting fewer loads. Foundries in Texas? Sitting cold. And now whole industries, from auto manufacturing to construction to packaging, are scrambling to adapt. Aikawa's Q1 2025 earnings told the story loud and clear. $20 million in losses directly tied to tariffs. And that's just the beginning. They're forecasting another $90 million hit by Q2. Their solution? Canada. Quiet, strategic, permanent. Number 2. It might have more to do with the Great White North than the Motor City. Let's talk Tesla. Yep, that Tesla. The electric vehicle titan that redefined American innovation. But here's the twist. In 2025, Tesla's innovation engine, it's quietly shifting gears in Canada. Why the move? It all comes down to power, literally and figuratively. In the US, energy grids are getting shaky, rolling blackouts, skyrocketing utility bills, layers of environmental red tape. And while American gigafactories get tangled in delays and permits, Canada is rolling out the red carpet with clean hydroelectric power, fast-tracked approvals, and a treasure chest of battery materials just waiting to be tapped. Ontario? That's now home to Tesla's automation headquarters, the place where robots are being designed to build other robots that build Teslas. Quebec? It's becoming Tesla's vertical playground with lithium mines, refining facilities, and battery cell production happening all in one pipeline. And here's the kicker. Tesla's not making noise about it. Elon's not posting cryptic tweets, but the signs are everywhere. Canadian job postings? Spiking. Industrial blueprints? Quietly showing up in provincial records. And meanwhile, some US Tesla projects, they've slowed down or gone strangely silent. This isn't Tesla giving up on America, it's Tesla evolving, but it's a powerful signal, because when Tesla shifts, everything shifts. Chip designers, AI developers, solar tech startups, battery innovators, the entire ecosystem follows. So this isn't just a company changing lanes, it's the beginning of a migration. Number 3, Ford, the soul of American trucks, now built under Canadian skies. When you think of Ford, You think of icons, the Mustang, the F-150, pure American grit on four wheels. But here's the thing. That grit, it started a grind in Ontario. In 2024, Ford made a headline-worthy move, just not one that made many headlines. A whopping $2.3 billion investment into its Oakville, Canada facility. Not Michigan, not Kentucky, Canada. The plan? Build their breadwinners, gas-powered Super Duty trucks, the ones that really keep Ford profitable. Why not go full EV? Because battery costs are climbing, EV demand starting to plateau. So Ford doubled down on what's working. And Canada made it very easy to do so. We're talking $500 million in incentives, clean, 90% renewable energy straight from Canadian grids, fast-track regulations. The result? Over 1,800 new jobs in Ontario, and a strategic shift that flew under most radars. And it's not just Ford. Suppliers are moving, logistics routes are rerouting, contract manufacturing is finding new homes in the north. This isn't some loud, dramatic factory shutdown in the US. It's something slower, stealthier, and just as devastating for the American labor force. So next time you see that powerful Ford truck cruising down an American highway, take a closer look. The badge may say USA, but the fine print? It's increasingly Canadian. Number 4, General Motors. The heart of Detroit is now beating in Ontario. General Motors used to be more than just a company, it was a legacy. From classic Chevys to the thunder of a Camaro, GM wasn't just part of the American dream, it built it. Maybe your grandpa worked on the line, maybe your dad drove one off the lot. But today, that legacy is quietly crossing the border, piece by piece. This isn't a dramatic collapse, it's a quiet bleed. With tariffs squeezing steel and aluminum supply chains, building cars in the US has become an expensive gamble. So GM decided not to gamble. They pivoted, smartly, strategically. Billions are now flowing into their Canadian operations. Take this, a $1 billion cathode battery plant is rising in Quebec. And over in St. Catharines, GM is scaling up its EV infrastructure faster than anyone expected. Meanwhile, in the US, the dominoes are falling. April 2025, 1,200 layoffs at the Ingersoll plant. The official reason? Retooling for the next generation. The unofficial translation? We're shutting down and maybe we'll call you back. They usually don't. While American factories slow to a crawl, GM is on a hiring spree in Ontario and Quebec, especially in EV tech, automation and engineering. That's where the future's being built. Not just the machines, but the minds behind them. Make no mistake, GM's not abandoning its American image. You'll still see ads in Ohio, trucks in Texas. But the guts of the operation, the brains, the batteries, the future, they're being assembled in Canada. It's not betrayal, it's survival. And for GM, it's working. Number 5, Coca-Cola, the American classic that's quietly gone Canadian. Coca-Cola. It's more than just a drink, it's the fizz of summer barbecues, the taste of baseball games, the pop of fireworks on the 4th of July. It's a symbol of Americana. Or at least, it was. Because behind the scenes, the world's most iconic beverage brand has been making a quiet move north. No press release, no grand goodbye, just a subtle shift. One day, it's bottled in Georgia. The next, there's a brand new bottling facility fully operational in Ontario. Why the move? Simple economics. US tariffs on imported aluminum hit like a sledgehammer, and with aluminum being a key ingredient in every can, Coca-Cola had two choices, bleed profits or find a workaround. They chose door number 3, Canada. And this shift isn't just about soda cans. Every can is tied to a chain of American jobs, manufacturing, logistics, distribution, and those jobs, they're starting to disappear, quietly. So that Coke you're sipping at your next 4th of July party, it may still come in the classic red label, but look closely, it might also be whispering maple leaf beneath the stars and stripes. And here's the bigger question. If Coca-Cola, the American icon, is willing to drift from its roots to protect margins, who's next?
Number 6. Campbell's Soup, comfort food with a not-so-comforting exit. Campbell's, just hearing the name probably brings back warm memories, snow days, cozy nights, a steaming bowl of chicken noodle. It's nostalgia in a can. But even comfort food has its breaking point, especially when profits are on the line. Here's the catch. Over 90% of Campbell's products depend on aluminium packaging, so when the US slapped a 25% tariff on Canadian aluminium and global prices shot up, Campbell's found itself in a serious bind. A simple 10-cent increase per can might seem small, but for budget-conscious families, that's enough to switch to generics or skip the soup aisle entirely. So Campbell's had a decision to make: raise prices and risk losing customers, or find a cheaper way to stay afloat. Enter Canada. No press conference, no panic, just a quiet pivot north. Campbell's began shifting operations, label printing, canning, even staffing. New job listings. They're popping up in Toronto and London, Ontario, not London, Ohio. And the ripple effect is real. Farmers, truckers, packaging plants, even ad agencies in the US are starting to feel the chill. Meanwhile, Campbell's is bracing for a projected $90 million raw material hit in Q4 and making moves to minimize it by planting deeper roots in Canada. So that comforting can of chicken noodle, it may still taste the same, but behind the label there's now a growing hint of maple in the supply chain.